Bezzecchi regrets ruining Quartararo's race. Marco Bezzecchi, one of the riders favored at the start of the 2025 MotoGP season, had to swallow a bitter pill in the Argentina round. He was involved in an incident that ruined Fabio Quartararo's race. After the race, Bezzecchi openly apologized to Quartararo and the Yamaha factory racing team for the incident. The incident happened in the first corner as the race began. Bezzecchi, full of spirit and determined to improve his performance in Argentina, made a fatal mistake during the first braking zone. His intention to be aggressive for a better position ended up causing harm to himself and others. This was a stark contrast to what Bezzecchi experienced in Argentina 2 years ago. During the 2023 season, Argentina witnessed how dominant Bezzecchi was at that time. He managed to dominate the race and even started his streak of consecutive victories in the Premier class. That moment became a major milestone in his career, establishing him as one of MotoGP's best talents. However, 2 years later, the situation changed drastically. In the 2025 season, Bezzecchi came to the Autodromo de Tomás de Rio Hondo as Aprilia's leading rider. This was due to Jorge Martín's absence because of injury. Martín's return is still uncertain, placing the big responsibility on Bezzecchi's shoulders. As Aprilia's main hope in this round, expectations for Bezzecchi were extremely high. Unfortunately, the results were far from what was expected. Bezzecchi only managed to secure 9th position in qualifying, a result that certainly disappointed both the team and himself, especially since their main target was to fight at the front. In the sprint race, Bezzecchi showed signs of improvement. He finished 6th, a result that gave him confidence heading into Sunday's main race. With that momentum, he was determined to perform better and collect maximum points. Unfortunately, the great enthusiasm he brought turned into a boomerang. On the first lap of the main race, Bezzecchi was too eager as he entered the first corner. He miscalculated the braking distance and went in too fast compared to the riders ahead. Not much I can say. I made a mistake, I braked a little late, and when I saw I was going too fast, I was already on top of Frankie Morbidelli. I straightened the bike, but Fabio was on the left. I couldn't avoid his rear wheel and I ruined both my race and his, Bezzecchi said with deep regret. It all happened in an instant. Although Bezzecchi tried to avoid Franco Morbidelli, the packed track made it hard to maneuver. In the end, the front of his bike hit the rear of Fabio Quartararo's Yamaha M1. The collision caused Bezzecchi to crash, while Quartararo was forced to go wide off track and lost several positions. Quartararo, also known as El Diablo, had to fight hard to get back on track. However, he had already dropped to the back of the field. With his bike not in optimal condition after the incident, Quartararo struggled just to enter the points zone. In the end, Quartararo finished 15th, a result far below Yamaha's expectations. He only moved up one position after Ai Ogura was disqualified. For Quartararo, it was a disappointing result, especially considering his lackluster performance throughout the weekend. Realizing his fatal mistake, Bezzecchi showed sportsmanship. After the incident, he immediately went to the Yamaha garage to personally apologize to Quartararo. However, Quartararo was not there at the time. I apologized to his team and asked them to pass the message to him. I'm really sorry, but things like this can happen in racing, added Bezzecchi, showing genuine remorse over the incident. Bezzecchi's attitude deserves appreciation. In racing, incidents like this can happen at any time. However, not all riders have the courage to admit their mistakes and apologize directly. Bezzecchi proved that he is a rider with great sportsmanship. On the other hand, Fabio Quartararo also showed maturity in responding to the incident. Although he was at a disadvantage, Quartararo did not show excessive anger. He actually understood that situations in the first lap are always hard to control. Not much I can say after the collision with Bezzecchi in the first corner. I went off track, but my speed was not good throughout the weekend anyway. Maybe I could have finished a few positions higher, but that's it, said Quartararo, who admitted that his optimism from winter testing was starting to fade. For Quartararo, the weekend in Argentina was far from satisfying. From practice sessions to the race, he struggled to find the speed needed to compete at the front. His Yamaha M1 still lacked significant development, leaving El Diablo increasingly frustrated. Bezzecchi felt the same way. During pre-season testing, he had been one of the standout riders, showing impressive speed in Malaysia and Thailand. Many predicted that Bezzecchi would be one of the title contenders this season. However, the reality in the first 2 rounds told a different story. Bezzecchi has yet to unlock the great potential he showed during pre-season. After 2 Grands Prix, Bezzecchi is currently 9th in the standings with 14 points, 3 points behind rookie Ai Ogura, who surprisingly leads the Aprilia squad. This situation makes it clear that Bezzecchi must improve immediately. He knows that his great potential should not go to waste. Bezzecchi is determined to bounce back and forget the bad incident in Argentina as soon as possible. I think the bike is continuing to improve, the whole team is working hard. I want to race tomorrow to forget what happened, but I have to wait until Austin, the next round, said the graduate of Valentino Rossi's VR46 Racing Academy. Bezzecchi's statement shows that he is still optimistic and confident. He believes that as the season progresses, his performance will improve and he can fight at the top again. Support from the Aprilia team is also a key factor for Bezzecchi to rise from this adversity. The incident in Argentina became a valuable lesson for Bezzecchi. In racing, courage and ambition are important. However, careful calculation and self-control are equally crucial. Any small mistake can lead to disaster, not just for yourself but also for other riders. Quartararo himself hopes that incidents like this won't happen again. He knows that the competition in MotoGP is getting tighter and every point matters. Therefore, he calls on all riders to be more careful, especially in the early laps which are always full of risks.